What is going on, you guys? Patrick here. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through all the things I purchased while thrifting to resell on eBay for hopefully profit. I bought some kind of high-risk things with some VCRs today, so you never really know if those are going to work or not. Let's jump right into it. This was not the first thing I found, but it was one of the first things I found. I was shocked. I haven't found a DVD VHS player in a while. This isn't like one of the most primo units. Magnavox is a good brand. It's a little bit on the heavier side, so that's why it's not going to be as primo, because it's going to cost a little bit more to ship. What are you going to do there? Like, if you're interested in picking it up, I think it ended up being like $12, and I think it's worth $40. So like, pretty good profit to be made there. You never know. You never know with these things. Some of the lighter ones, much easier to ship and can be worth about the same. So you're going to be able to make a little bit more money on there. All right, sitting right, I think right on top of it, I can't remember exactly what it was like, but Sony Vcr. This one's actually like a really nice VCR, really good picture quality. If it works, it's going to be worth about $45. And this one was a lot cheaper. It was only $3.99. So like, really nice ability to turn $4 into $45. That is a home run, honestly, right? This was actually the first one that I found, another VCR. This is a GE or General Electric. Not as much value. I did look this up before buying it. About a $30 VCR, and it was again about $3.99. So not as good of a flip as the Sony, but for $4, turning it into 30, like, that's right in my wheelhouse. That's right where I want to be. It's a lot lighter. It's going to fit in a little bit smaller box. Same thing with that Sony. Those will go in kind of my medium-sized box. So pretty happy with that. I'm going to have to lean over to grab this one. So my friend who works there, who I've started to become friends with him. He says, good morning, you know, how you doing? You know, all that kind of pleasantries. And then he's like, hey, I've got an Xbox in the back. Are you interested? I was like, of course I'm interested. I'm sure you guys would have said the same thing. So he brings it out. They wanted a little bit for it. I think they wanted $17. Yeah, there it is, $16.99, $17 for it. So that's a bit on the pricier side. No controllers, no cords, no power cord. So definitely on the pricier side. Without any of the cords, without any controllers, though, it's worth about $50. So $17 going into $50, your profit is pretty good there. You're going to be $33 in profit, even after fees of like, what, 13%? That's going to be, it's not a lot. It's only like $7 in fees. So you're still going to make like $25 in profit after that, maybe a little bit more. Pretty good deal. I love selling video games. I'm sure you guys do too. We all do. You just can't find them as much anymore, so I'm really happy when I'm actually able to find some. All right, gonna lean over again. After I went through the electronics, I found I saw this up on the shelf. Christmas, so actually it was, you can see the price, $7.99 on there, but since it's Christmas, they still have this as half off. So it only ended up being $3.98, so that's even better. But I just saw it up there and it just caught my eye, and I was like, if it catches my eye, it's gonna catch someone else's eye as well. This has the potential to do really well. So thoroughly inspected it, opened it up, turned it over, made sure there was no chips, made sure the water wasn't yellow, and made sure to look it up on eBay. Is it selling? Does it have any value? And it might be one of those that's going to sit for a little bit of time, honestly. But I think when it sells, it's going to sell in like the $40 to $60 range. Probably around $40 to $50, honestly, especially if I did want to put it up for sale now, which I probably will. But it's a bigger box, so it can just go and sit in my storage unit up on the shelf. It's going to be out of the way, and then when it sells, I can go and grab it. It's basically going to be really safe in the box it's in, so as long as I put it into a box over that and protect the outer box a little bit, it's going to ship no problem. So really easy item, and nice flip for $4 going into $50 there. Actually, before I found that, I was looking at the electronics up on the wall, and I'm sure you saw, I looked up the comps on this. I saw that it was a little bit of an older Texas Instruments. You can see Texas Instruments, and then it's a, let's see, programmable calculator. And I know some of these old calculators are worth some money, so I looked it up on my phone, and I'm seeing them sell this model for like over $100, and I'm like, wow, that's a home run. So I got really excited, put it in my cart, and I bought it. And I get home, and I find out that even though it's the same model as the ones that sold for over $100, it's not the same version. This is like an early 80s, maybe mid 80s version, maybe even late 80s version. I'm not even sure. The one that's the model like this that sells for a lot is going to be your early 80s, late 70s model, and it was a little bit different color, which I didn't notice while I was on my phone. I was trying to make sure that I was managing my time well in the store and that I was trying to find things in an efficient manner. And of course, as soon as I saw those sold prices and I had the model in there correctly, I just bought it. Good news is it was only like $3, I think. Let's take a look. This one was actually only about $2, so even better. It's probably worth maybe $7 to $10. I don't know. There weren't any for sale from the United States. There's a couple for sale from England. I don't know. The batteries are dead. I am not sure if this is going to actually be on the repair list or if it's going to go just into the box and go back to Savers. Give myself 20% off. It's okay. All right, so next stop. Went through all the hard goods, didn't really find anything there, went back to the books, and immediately I saw up on the shelf Stephen King. Hardcover, and I saw The Rose and Dark Tower. These you want to look for. Not as great at a thrift store unless you can find some of the early ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4 were written back in, I want to say, the 80s, and then 5, 6, and 7 were written like late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in that range. So really big gap, and so the publishing history you're going to find is a little weird, but the later ones still have some value. The good news is not just 1, but 3. Thanks for checking on me, love.
You're welcome.
Let's try that again. 3 of them. This is a series that I have read, so a little bit more familiar. Lots of problems today that you guys probably aren't seeing. But looking through these books, this was number 5, and then this is number 7. I think these are worth about $10 each. So, right, thrift store prices, $3.99 is going to be a little on the high side. And then this is actually kind of book 8. It wasn't really, they hadn't decided they were going to publish it. They didn't even put like a number on here. It just says a Dark Tower novel. Like I said, I'm a fan of this series, so I knew what they were, and I knew to look for this series, especially in hardcover. This one's probably going to be more like $15 to $20. Not sure why. Not my job really to wonder about that. Just my job to buy these things and sell them. If I had been at a garage sale, probably could have got these each for $1 or maybe less each. And then now you're talking pretty good profit. If you're not really interested in selling them individually, you could lot them up and probably sell them for $30 to $40 in this condition really easily. I'm probably going to just do them individual listings just because I want to list more items. That's been the thing this time of year is I want to keep listing items. And I don't have a ton of stuff to list a lot of times. Just working through my death pile, right? So that's what it's going to be. All right, let's take a look. I think I have one more item from the thrift store. I was walking around and I just happened to see an action figure sitting there. I think they wanted like $4.99 for this guy, and it's worth about $15. He's a little bit beat up from shelf wear, and he's got a little bit of sticker residue on him. I can get all the sticker residue off, no problem. The shelf wear is just going to be what it is. I still think he's going to be worth about $15 though. All right, so let's do some quick math here. Spent $55. I was able to get 20% off. I discovered at this Savers that they still have military discount available. There's a cat in my lap. And so that's really good. I've been donating kind of regularly to try and get the coupons for that, which I can still use at some of the other Savers that aren't doing the military discount anymore. Otherwise, it would have been more like $70. So I went from 70 down to 55. Like, if you can get that 20% off, you're going to really help your profit margins, right? Some of these items are going to go from $4 down to $3.20. Some of the bigger items, right? If it's $100 going down to $80, like that's a big savings, you guys. You want to be getting those 20% coupons. And then total value right now is about $275. So 55 into 275, well, that's about 5x. So I'm paying about 20% 20% again, of what it's going to be worth. So like pretty good day at Savers. All right, one more stop of the day actually. I had a little bit of footage in there of a tag sale. No, cat, do not move the computer. We went to a garage sale, or maybe like a house moving sale. There we go. And didn't find anything. I found a couple Wii cords, and then the guy took them away from me because somebody had bought them and was coming back. I don't know. I was very unhappy about that. And apologies for this cat. She has decided to rub her face on the computer. But after we went to Savers, I knew there was one other local sale that I wanted to go to. This was an estate sale. And I like to go to estate sales after lunch. I don't know why. I've just kind of gotten into that. I know I could probably find more stuff in the morning, but after lunch, there's less people coming through. It gives you a little bit more time to just look around. Maybe the company will do some negotiating with you. For sure thing, like first thing in the morning, a lot of the companies here in Connecticut, they're not negotiating. They are going to charge you what they charge you. So this one I thought maybe they would wheel and deal with me since it was after lunch, but it was only day 1 of 2. And they're going to even do another couple days in the future because they didn't open up the upstairs level yet. So I was like, all right, well, no big deal. I'll go look around, see what I can find. I did one full pass through the house. It was jam-packed. Didn't get any footage because my GoPro actually ran out of juice. What are you going to do? Found a couple items that I was like, okay, those are interesting. They wanted $20 though. So I was like, all right, let's look them up. Excuse me. And they weren't coming up, and it was because my phone, I had no service in the basement. So I was like, all right, I'll go back to the car. I looked over it with Amber, my wife, and we decided that I should go back in and buy them. So it was actually 2 of the same item, so I'm only going to show you one of them. But it was this Venta Air Washer. And I looked up a bunch of them as comps, and they're selling from $80 to $200 plus, something like that. When I looked it up originally, I didn't write down the model number though. And so then when I went back in and grabbed them, paid them. They were $20 each, and got home and I looked them up and I'm like, oh, I have the model number now. Let's find out how much they're worth. There's actually no sold comps in the used condition. So that's going to be fun. I think probably best case, maybe $80 to $120 to the right buyer. If they don't sell for a while, I may put them up for auction to see where they go. But it's not going to be $20. I think minimum it's going to be $40 sold. Some of the better models are selling in that $80 to $120 or even more range. This one's kind of their entry level model, so that's okay. I was happy. It was a little bit of a drive to get there. I was happy to find something, and I'll keep you guys posted on if they sell or not and how much they sell for. So that is it for this week's pickup video. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a like. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this, please do subscribe to my channel. Once again, my name is Patrick. Thank you very much.